Welcome to this training video from Spot Training, teaching you to do more anywhere. My name's Josh, and I'm going to be taking you through this motion today. The motion we're looking at is going to be the push-up and ballistic push-up. I'll be breaking down some videos and content from previous attempts of myself to be doing perfect push-ups and perfect ballistic push-ups. But anybody who knows me knows I'm never happy with form or technique. So we're going to be breaking it down and look at things that I might have been successful at, and also embracing the failures that I've done so that way I can grow upon them. Hopefully I'll be able to help you guys out. This kind of look over these motions are what put the personal in digital training, and that's ultimately our goal at Spot Training. A lot of times with digital training and video training, multimedia training, we just bulldoze through our workouts without really taking the time to emphasize the technique and form behind them. So we're going to break down my mechanics, and hopefully it'll be able to help you out. If not, personal training is a two-way road. I want you to be able to communicate with me. If you do have any questions or comments or concerns, feel free to email me at joshua.james.casares@gmail.com. That way I can be a better trainer to you and make you feel like you are better spotted for your workouts. So that's about it. Let's go ahead and get started and check out some videos. Okay, so we are looking at my ballistic push-up and push-up sequence right now. The push-up itself is a very necessary motion for any sort of prone motions. If you're getting up from the floor, you're going to do a push-up. So that's going to be very important in just about any life. The big issues that we tend to see are usually in the shoulders and the hips and the core. We see a lot of drop in the spine and also a lot of drop in the shoulders. So let's go ahead and look over these videos and we'll break it down and see how I did and what sort of issues I might have had. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it right here. You can kind of see right now, and this is an issue I've had in the past when it comes to my back alignment. It's not ideal right here. Where is that? There's a tool here somewhere. I want to draw. There we go. So yeah, the alignment right here inside of my hips, you can see that my butt is clearly above my shoulders. That's a problem that I've had in the past with these ballistic push-ups. It's a little bit harder to keep the core support without dipping your back. So I imagine that my head is just trying to keep my back safe and keep it from dipping. And that's why my butt is raised. I'm contracting my abdomen into it. So it's not necessarily a terrible thing because, of course, my body wants to keep safe. But if you are doing static push-ups, make sure to keep your butt nice and low. Okay, here comes that side view. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right here. Maybe a little bit further ahead. Yeah. Yeah, so again, from the side, I've had this issue in the past and I'm identifying it again. You can see that my butt's just a little bit higher than my shoulders. So that's not quite ideal. You want to try to keep the hips and shoulders in alignment. I'm bearing a lot of tension inside of my hips, and again, with these ballistics, I'm likely trying to protect my lower back, my spine, by keeping that butt raised and keeping my lower abdomen nice and intact. It's definitely not going to get the most muscular recruitment. There's not as much weight bearing in my chest and my arms as there is inside of my hips, but it's also going to keep me safe at the same time. It's a give and a take. Okay, so here's a pretty cool take. I found myself in a hotel and I was filming this workout with some variations, and I want to take a moment to talk about doing a successful push-up and kinds of variations you can do. So in this take, I am utilizing a couch right here. Okay, I have my hand placement on the lower end of the couch, and my shoulders are ahead of the couch. So this is definitely the ideal position for a push-up. The only difference is because of that little bit of increase in incline, I am creating a decline out of my push-up which is going to make less weight bearing on my arms and more weight bearing on my feet, which aren't really working. They're very static during the workout. So this is probably a much more approachable version of the ballistic push-up for myself and for many other people. So yeah, and let me get a midair right about there. You can see that my alignment is a lot better inside of this one. I'm a lot more successful in it because I don't have to protect my back as much. I'm subconsciously not as afraid to commit to this ballistic motion and put all of that effort into my chest. Okay, that's going to be it for the training video on the push-up. Just again to break down the mechanics of the push-up, you're utilizing predominantly your chest and your triceps, but there are plenty of static aspects about it, predominantly inside of your core from your rib cage down to your hips. These areas, despite the fact that they're static, do end up bearing a lot of weight during the motion itself, and as you can see inside of my workouts, they were also having some issues maintaining that static. They were having issues protecting my lower back. So bear that in mind. You know, if you are finding yourself having issues with your form and your technique, don't be afraid to go to a higher incline. You can hop on the bottom, top, or middle of your couch on the armrest, whatever your choice may be. This is going to take the load bearing off, so that way you can focus more on the form and focus more on the technique of that pressing matter. And it also makes it accessible to anybody. Anybody can do a push-up. You know, that's what we're all about here at Spot Training, is teaching you to do more anywhere. So that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, again, feel free to email me at joshua.james.casadas. All right, thank you so much. Y'all take care.